Hi there, welcome back. Wayne is doing the demo today. So we're going to use this lovely mould, which is from our Temu haul video, which we posted recently. Why not check out the playlist or click on the link in the description. Right, so bottle caps. They are metal or a mix of metals. I think there's mainly ciders here actually. Yep, ciders. But Wayne thought it would be a very good idea, and so did I, to actually try and incorporate them in the bottle openers mould, along with these ring pulls, which I think are from soda cans, lemonade, orange, fizzy orange, all that sort of thing. So he decided which ones he was going to use, and then he thought he'd see what they look like sort of placement wise. So this is obviously been sped up. He decided to use the ring pulls for. Now there's a mix of silver and gold. Not sure what cans the gold ones are from, but they look really effective and giving a bit of a steampunk vibe, I think. And here we go. Now he's using this mould. There are quite a few different shapes of ring pull in this particular mould. Excellent value for money, very good quality, and according to Wayne, was very, very easy to use. So here he's now deciding whether or not he's going to put another layer. So there we go. That's a really shiny, deep, almost like, looks a bit 24 karat gold-esque. They're not, obviously. Gosh, could you imagine how expensive that can of pop or soda would be? Anyway, I digress. So he's decided just to put them in that part of this mould. Again, it's giving me, I don't know why suddenly am I reminded of Star Wars and C-3PO. I think it's got to be the colour. It's definitely the colour of these. But they're really, really lovely. I must remember to ask him what cans these ones were from. If he can remember, of course, because he's been collecting them for a while. I didn't know he'd got this in mind, but he told me that's why he's been collecting them. So very much a steampunk feel, I think, to these. So he's mixed up some resin. We're still using the Ghoul resin, 1-to-1 mixing ratio, and he has actually put this through the Resiner's debubbling machine. I'm sorry, I don't know the official name for it, which is really bad of me, but that's what I call it anyway. So you pop it through that machine. It makes a bit of a noise, but it just basically draws out all the bubbles from the resin and usually makes it very, very crystal clear. So he's just very carefully pouring it all in and around where all these ring pulls are in the mould, making sure, or trying not to introduce any air bubbles or pockets of air in this mould itself. So very fine drizzle of resin there going in. Obviously take your time when you're doing this, just making sure that it all gets into where it should, all the little nooks and crannies. And as you can see, he's wearing the black nitrile gloves. Do make sure when you're using resin you wear gloves, you wear a face mask or respirator mask, and you work in a well ventilated area. Obviously make sure you're not wearing your best clothes as well, because if you're anything like me, you get mica powder, paint and resin everywhere. So just go careful when you're using resin. So here we go. He's now filling up the other one. I really like these two. Like what I'm seeing so far. What about you? Why not put down in the comments whether or not you would have used maybe some colour in the resin, or what you think. Does it remind you sort of a steampunk theme or not? So here we go. He's now got this one in the shape of a beer bottle, and then this other one at the other end, and he's just put in a layer of completely clear resin. It's just helping it to the edges of the moulds and making sure it's touching where it should be touching, and so there are no air bubbles. So that's just a layer of clear in there. What's he going to do next? It's just using a little micro brush to go all the way around the edges of the mould, making sure there's no little bubbles there. So we've got some more bottle caps. So that was Estrella. I believe that's a lager actually. I think it might be a Spanish one. Obviously you can use what you want. You don't have to use bottle caps. Get my words out. And ring pulls. You can use whatever you like. Or not. I mean, you don't have to use these at all. You could use glitter. You could just use coloured resin. Totally your choice. There we go. So he's just popping them down into that thin layer of clear resin and just pressing it down a little bit with his fingers. He's just trying to get them so they don't float up to the surface of the resin. Wanted them just to go down a fraction. There we go. Right. And then, I didn't know he was going to do this actually. He's taking a little bit of the additional resin out of the mould and he's just putting them into the bottle caps. He's just trying to, I suppose he's just trying to create a little bit of weight so they do sink into the resin, but not so much that they touch the bottom of the mould. There we go. So just spotted a few little air bubbles there. Just making sure that he's getting rid of them. You can also give it a bit of a spritz if you want with some isopropyl alcohol. So now he's got some more resin. And he's using Arteza mica powder called Space Grey. I don't think you can get that in the UK on we got this from Amazon originally through the UK Amazon website, but I've got a feeling they don't do it through the UK anymore and you have to go to the US. But obviously you can use whatever colours you like and whatever brand you like. So he's mixed them in and he's just mixing it up there. I did speed this up. Very sorry. But look at the colour of that. He didn't want jet black. He didn't want silver. He didn't want white. So he's gone for this. He's opted for this colour. This lovely space grey. So this is 24 hours later. So these have cured. And now he's putting in a second layer of resin. Again, it's school resin that he's used, 1:1 mixing ratio. Added in that mica powder, give it a good mix up. Make sure that you haven't introduced any additional bubbles. And then just very, very carefully pouring it into this mould. So this is the beer bottle mould. He did fill up the rest of the bottle caps first and then went round and he's filling up the rest of the mould. So just, there we go, just a little smidgen more. Trying not to introduce any additional bubbles or anything like that. Now, the resin looks like it's gone a bit of a mottled colour. But that is the effect of the mica powder. There we go. Carefully turning it round. And then there we go. He is filling up the steampunk themed one. There we go. Carefully again, just carefully filling it up to the top of the mould, making sure that it goes down in between any of those ring pulls and so on, if there were any more exposed. And it's just going to reach the edge and go around there. He's just helping it there with a little mini stir stick. And again, if you spot any bubbles once you've finished pouring the resin into the moulds, you can always give it a bit of a spritz with the isopropyl alcohol. There we go. And he's got this one to do. Again, he's going to do the same procedure. He's going to fill up those bottle caps first, and then he's going to fill up the rest of the mould. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you what, these would be nice if they were beach and holiday themed. You could do, oh gosh, yes you could. You could do like Wayne has done before with his beach themed tray with the waves and the sand and shells. That would look nice with these. And then, you know, if you're holidaying at, if you're doing a staycation, rather than going away, because obviously I don't think you'd be able to take these on planes. But you could, you know, you could pop it in your luggage, take it with you. Be lovely. Nothing quite like a nice cool drink after a hot day on the beach or doing all the touristy type things as sightseeing. So there we go. He's just filling up the wine glass shaped one in the middle there. Now that one is just with the resin and the mica powder. There's no additional embellishments or things that he's put into that one. And he had enough left over to do this lovely little mould on the end here, this little bottle there. Looks a little bit like a bottle of Guinness, if you know what Guinness looks like. There we go. So this is another 24 hours later and it has cured. Look at that. There we go. And then there's that one. It's given like a stone effect, hasn't it? That resin has definitely given like a stone effect. So here we go. Look at that with the bottle caps. Very nice. So not with the bottle caps, the ones with the bottle caps, because they've got a layer of clear. Well, that one looks good too. They're not ever so opaque. Look at this. Wow. I really like that. Look at the different layers. And this one, wait for it. Oh, now that's rather nice. But that does look like stone to me, like a granite or a quartz sort of stone. And it is the effect of the mica powder in the resin. So just getting a bit of a close-up here on the individual ones. Look at that. Well, you can see where the layers are of those ring pulls. Very, very clever. And the lovely ciders. Very nice. And again. Wow. They all look very, I mean, this is beautiful. Can it be beautiful? Could a bottle opener be beautiful? I suppose so, but I do like the layering effect that is managed to achieve there. And the two different coloured types of ring pull. Now, this mould set is supplied with these. Now, this is the metal part that will actually, you know, you lever it up underneath the bottom of the bottle cap on the bottle, and you wedge it there, and then you pull it upwards in an upward motion gently, and it actually takes the lid. It alleviates the lid away from it sort of pulls it away from the side of the bottle so that it then opens it. Now, Wayne is using the little mini Phillips head screwdriver that comes with the kit. Again, this is from Temu, this mould and these additional accessories. And he's using the little mini screwdriver and the screws that came with it. And it was quite straightforward. He said the resin wasn't completely cured. It wasn't, I mean, it was solid, but it's not 100% cured. So it was easy enough, he said, to just screw those little miniature screws in. There we go. Lovely. Really, really looks good. He then went on to do that with all of the other ones as well. And here we are in the final shot. Look at those. These would make ideal presents for anybody, particularly Father's Day in the UK coming up in June. So why don't you have a go for yourselves? Don't forget, check out the description box for all the links to all the products that we've used today. Thanks again for watching, liking, sharing and subscribing. Hit that notification bell because we've got another video coming again in a few days. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.